the actual interview process then for yourself, say for example, even when you first had your initial chat with myself,
Yeah.
and your experience, and after that, would you be able to describe that for me, please?
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, when I first had a chat with you, the first thing that kind of struck me, look, I'll be honest, and I'll say that, um, from my point of view, from a someone looking for a job, you can a lot of times get the feeling that you're kind of one of 100 people the recruiter is going to talk to that day about a certain position, and um, you're not really, kind of, it's a very quick, brief, kind of impersonal thing. But the first time I was talking to you, actually, it was more about my needs and stuff. It wasn't about any particular position, which was refreshing, because not you don't get that all the time. So I found our first conversation was very good. The You kind of were very, eager to make sure that you found out what exactly I was looking for, because I suppose from your point of view, you don't want to waste, your clients and your own and my time, kind of looking for jobs that I was never going to be interested in. So, um, that was good, and that wasn't something I have dealt with different recruiters before, and that wasn't something that I experienced. So that kind of stood out to me.
Yeah,
And your kind of, your knowledge of, let's say, because I only see what I see, and I probably saw my interpretation of things, my understanding of the, let's call it, the market, would have been from what I saw on LinkedIn or whatever. So
yeah, yeah,
obviously
of course.
you're able to give much, obviously much more knowledgeable about it, and that comes across a lot too,
Yeah,
um and I would say, having gone through the process, and yes, I'm lucky to have picked up a job that, you're I don't think you're very likely to go be successful if you just kind of cold call these
yeah,
companies yourself. I don't I,
totally.
don't- I don't find that works, the scattergun approach and stuff, because, well, I didn't have success with it. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah.
I think no, I think you're spot on. I think from a recruiter's perspective, well, number one at the moment, most recruiters, I would say, operating in the data science or even the tech space in general, wouldn't have time for cold calling companies anyway. It's quite time consuming. It is a fundamental part of any sales job, I feel, and that's unavoidable. And recruitment is cyclical. There'll be times where I'll have plenty of time for it, and that's just the way it is. But I think you're right. I think it's about leveraging networks and building on those networks. And even with a strong network, you still may not have success, um, in terms of opening up jobs, and that can be down to many different reasons. Just time. People just don't have time to kind of engage as well. So these are the challenges about recruitment. But listen, ultimately you were successful, and congratulations once again.